Part of a Baltimore neighborhood brought down to its foundation. 3-row homes now just rubble, a scene that neighbors say they'd only expect to see on TV, but days afterward, that drama became a reality. 2 lives lost in a massive explosion. Hello everyone and welcome to a special edition of 11 TV Hill. I'm Jason Newton. Right behind us, the scene of that explosion we've been telling you about for a week now. You'll recognize it as being just a rude awakening for the folks who live here in Northwest Baltimore. Just blocks away from the Reisterstown Plaza sits Labyrinth Road, a diverse and quiet community. But at about 10 a.m. last Monday, that quiet was disturbed by a massive explosion. That blast caught on a Ring doorbell camera. And the immediate aftermath and scramble to find survivors, captured by several residents, then posted on the Citizen app. Residents were trapped. Neighbors ran to the scene to help as first responders would comb through that shattered glass and splintered wood in search of life. The debris field stretched for blocks and the blast could be felt more than a mile away. While a gas line appears to be the culprit, this past week BGE saying that their equipment, which sits outside of the homes, was not faulty and had no issues that would lead to a blast. So the exact cause is still unknown. What we do know is that 2 lives were lost here. 61-year-old Lonnie Harriet. We talked to her mother this past week, who says Lonnie's boyfriend was also one of the 7 hurt in this blast. Lonnie is survived by her mother, 2 sisters, and a brother. This explosion also took the life of a rising engineering student at Morgan State University, Joseph Graham Jr. The 20-year-old Baltimore City College graduate just happened to be there, staying with a friend that day following a party. Families say everyone loved the young entrepreneur, and they're left with just sadness. Baltimore City Councilman Yitzi Schleifer has spent days here, and he's joining us now to just talk about how this community has come together. Thanks for making more time for me. I mean, every day you've been here. Just tell me what it's been like for you to live through all this.
So, it's certainly been a whirlwind. I mean, I was here minutes after the explosion, seeing some of our residents coming out of the back of their homes, front of their homes, covered in glass, covered in blood. And so it's been a devastating event as a whole, but then really what we've seen is the best of Baltimore. We've seen from seconds after it happened, neighbors rushing in to assist their neighbors. And then the days that followed of just the community coming together, city agencies, everybody really working together with the Red Cross and community groups to make sure that we're doing whatever we need to do to help those affected by the explosion.
I know whenever something like this happens, everyone wants to know what happened. BGE right now is saying the equipment outside wasn't the issue. Where are we in that process now as we record this on Friday?
So, I mean, it's under federal investigation as well as local investigation. So I was here all day, every day since the explosion, and I witnessed firsthand, the meticulous categorizing of every single item that's involved in this investigation. I've seen them spend countless hours investigating it, and so I'm confident that they will get to the bottom of it and find out what it is that went wrong.
The name Dean will always be synonymous to me with this site. The gentleman who said he heard the blast, he was shoeless, but he didn't think twice. And you talked a little bit about the spirit of the people in this neighborhood. When you heard his story, and I think Antonetto was with him on the porch, they all ran out, a gentleman on crutches went out as well. It does something to you on the inside to know that they would do that.
Yeah, so I've been asked about that a couple times this week, and it doesn't surprise me. I guess it is something unique, but I grew up in this neighborhood, in the Falstaff neighborhood, and so it doesn't surprise me one bit that neighbors would come out and come together and just do whatever they need to do to help one another.
We know Baltimore has an aging infrastructure. Does something like this make you look into things? I know that we've done all the stories about the water main breaks, and even though BGE is saying that this isn't theirs, is it still a call to look things over?
Yeah, so I mean, we've made sure that each structure is safe before anybody's entered back in.
Yeah.
We've had housing inspectors go into each home along with members of the fire department and BGE, checking every single home on the block prior to anybody returning to their homes. However, the infrastructure over here, that as BGE stated, did not seem to be the issue that they found, and so certainly we're always working to improve the infrastructure. But this area has seen an upgrade of our gas line infrastructure, and so. There's the new meters that are also involved, so you can see the minute-by-minute usage as well. And so also, we're seeing the upgrade of infrastructure. So I don't believe that that's the case, but we'll have to reserve until
Yeah.
the investigation's complete.
We're sitting in front of a couple houses that are boarded out. What effort will it take to get some of these folks back into their homes? 'Cause I know they're itching to get in.
Yeah, so yesterday our big focus was really on helping folks navigate the insurance process.
Yeah.
And so we invited the Maryland Insurance Administration out here. They set up a tent and really just helping one by one navigate that process. There was a lot of insurance adjusters out here yesterday, and so we're working to expedite that process. But a lot of folks are already back into their homes, even though they do have a few windows boarded up. But that process, and there's community funds that have been set up to help rebuild. So if somebody is having a challenge with getting new windows, or their insurance is not covering everything, the community groups will be there to step in.
And you guys did a great job letting people know that while these adjusters are here, that as with every tragedy, unfortunately, there's some people who are going to prey on them.
Absolutely.
If you feel like you've met with someone who may not have had your best interest in mind, what should I be doing?
Yeah, so we have a command center set up right up the street, and so anybody who felt uncomfortable at all, and we've been up and down the street every minute by minute throughout the entire week, and so if we see something out of line, we've been addressing it immediately.
Yeah.
But if somebody feels like somebody is being aggressive or preying on them, if they identify any one of us who've been working on scene around the clock, we'll put an end to it immediately.
Not as a councilman, just as a resident. You grew up in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
What's it like to walk through this neighborhood now, for you, just personally?
Yeah. I mean, it's devastating to see this, take place in your neighborhood.
Yeah. You were telling me you would ride your scooter through here as a kid.
Yeah, as a kid, I always ride our bike up. Go to the local stores. I love going to the dollar store on the corner. So it is. It is devastating to see something like this happen in your neighborhood. You don't expect to see that.
I hear you. But what we also know is that this neighborhood helps each other, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I tell you what, it's a model for every neighborhood. We saw people of all ages, all races, and that was beautiful to see for this neighborhood. Jitsi Slifer, thank you so much, man. Always good to see you.